In October 1983, a family mysteriously disappeared from an old farmhouse in Iowa. Police found only a pile of bloody clothes and strange symbols drawn on the dirt floor. The house was eventually burned down. But 30 years later, Evelyn Cole received a photo from an unknown source. It showed her brother standing in the same house. My name is Evelyn Cole. I'm an investigative journalist from Chicago, and this is a story I never wanted to write. 6 months ago, my brother Peter disappeared. He was researching ancient pagan beliefs in the Midwest, and his last message was a single sentence in an email. I found something. Don't come here. And then he disappeared without a trace. The police said he probably left alone. But I know my brother. He's not one to run from reality. The sound of the cars stopping. The drizzle becomes clearer. Today, I'm at the end of a muddy dirt road in front of a village called Hollowend, the last place he visited. A place even Google Maps refuses to show. And in my left hand is a photo sent by someone anonymously of Peter standing in front of an old, half-burnt house. The house is called the Harvest House. My steps stopped in front of an unfenced cornfield. It was the middle of the night. The cold bit to the bone, but the voices still rang out like prayers, but not the kind taught by the church. I crept into the field and found a small campfire in the distance. A group of people dressed in dark brown robes, they stood in a circle, their hands raised to the sky. Blood harvest, life harvest. That's what they chanted over and over, like a mantra repeated for 1,000 years. I backed away, but my foot hit a twig. They all froze, turned around, stared at me, and I ran like hell was chasing me. The next morning, I returned to the farm, but there was no trace, no campfire. It was as if the night had been a nightmare. I went to an old house called Harvest House. It was now in ruins. But when I explored the basement, I found something. The stairs down were still intact. The room was dark, damp, and smelled of scrap metal. There were strange carved symbols on the walls, and on the floor, there were large circular markings, like traces of a ritual. But what caught my breath was what I found in the corner of the room. An old camera, my brother's, with the last recording inside.
This is Peter Cole, day 4. They weren't like ordinary people. They were talking about harvests, but not crops. They were talking about spirits, about sacrifices, and I think they knew I was watching.
The recording stopped there. I knew my brother hadn't ran away. He was hidden or offered. When I left the house, I was surrounded. The villagers stood silently surrounding me, and Mr. Carver stood at the forefront saying, "Those who come seeking the truth must be willing to become part of this land." I was locked in that basement for 2 days. No light, no sound, until the third night they came. The cloak, the fire, the singing, just like I saw before. I thought I was going to die, but something happened. The sky roared, the fire went out, and the voice of the old woman, the one who had warned me, screamed, "Enough! He's not yours!" The next morning, I woke up at the edge of the forest, alone. No village, no fields. It was as if everything had disappeared. Halloween vanished. But I knew it was real. I saw it. I experienced it. And in my hand, I still had Peter's picture. Faded now, revealing a new detail that hadn't been there before. Me, standing behind him, in front of that house, with all of them.
They say some places should never be found, and some secrets are better buried with time. But for those who still seek, Harvest House will always await the next harvest.
Do you believe this story is true? Click subscribe for more mystery stories.